Hey, it's Jake from the Houston Outlaws. I'm here to answer all your questions for the Twitch All Access AMA. Let's just get right into it. Ancor OW asks, how do you manage your mental state to stay calm and sharp on the stage? It's a good question. I think a lot of it comes down to, like lifestyle things, like being well rested and eating the right amount of food and at the right times in the day to have like the right energy level on stage. And that's something that's different for every person, but you kind of get a ritual going. And I think that ritual is what really helps us stay calm. It's just like, you keep the same things every day. You feel you want to make everything just like practice, so you can execute just like you practiced. So mostly it comes down to preparation rather than like something you do specifically on stage. It's more like what happens before in the day. Dembeck asks, what effect do you think Brigitta will have on the competitive meta when put into competitive? Um, it's tough to say. I think the character might be really strong because she has a ton of potential. I think the number one thing that she'll do is really reduce the impact and playtime of Tracer, because Tracer obviously can be full stun lock killed if you hit a shield bash, with the shield bash into left click into left shift. So that's obviously an insta kill from the stun, which is incredibly good against a character like Tracer. But I kind of think that people will still just play dive and they'll just run not Tracer. They'll go Genji Soldier, Genji Widow, characters that have a little more mobility, especially vertical mobility. She's a lot less effective against. So I think you'll see less Tracer, but ultimately I don't think much change will happen in the meta. Andromeda OW asks, Jake, how do you think you as a person have changed since joining the Outlaws? That's an interesting thing to think about. I think I've learned a lot from my teammates. It's probably like the best way to think about how I've changed personally, and my coaches, about how to be the best team player I can be, from what I practice and how I conceive of the game to like how I am in game, like how I calm and how I work together with my teammates. And I think that's something that obviously I'm continually looking to improve, but I feel like there's so many great players on the team in not just ability to play the game, but in how they act as teammates. People who've really inspired me and been role models to me on my team. So it's awesome to play with players like that. And I just feel like if anything, I've just learned from them and emulated what they do. Azox OW asks, what kind of aim practice do you usually do before a game? I always play like a little bit of training range on like a few characters, just get comfortable with mechanics again. Very basics for 5-10 minutes, and then I'll usually go play some deathmatch games on the few heroes that I expect to be playing in the match. Again, just to like get back into another warm up. I kind of avoid playing ranked before matches. Just personally, I prefer DM and training range. That usually does it for me. On top of that, we usually have a pre-match scrim, so we could like really simulate the competitive environment. El Trio 1 asks, what was your favorite memory of the Texas tour? I think the coolest memories from the Texas tour were honestly just like being on the bus. I mean, it was awesome to meet fans, but it was really also cool to like just spend time with my teammates in a setting that was like, totally not about the game. Obviously, none of us are playing the game for like 3 days. And I think being with my teammates in like a different setting than I usually am was really cool, to like get to know them a little better. Yeah, that was probably my favorite. I don't know, that's not really a specific memory, but I think overall just hanging out with the team in Texas was just a lot of fun. It was exactly the break I needed. Ikari OW asks, what was the hardest obstacle to overcome on your path to pro? I think the hardest obstacle for me was probably just like being efficient enough with my work that I could pursue the professional gaming path while also being a full-time college student. I think like once I had been successful in competitive play as a full-time college student, I felt like I really developed my time management skills in that time to be succeeding academically, but also finding the time to play Overwatch. I think they say if you want something done, ask a busy person, and I think I really learned the meaning of that at that time in my life, because just trying to fit in as many things as you can. There's only so many hours in the day. You have to just get more efficient and work smarter, not harder. So the skills I learned with that like super heavy workload, I think really helped me in an environment like this where I can commit my whole life to gaming, because then I can sort of find that balance of practice and lifestyle that results in the best performance for me. Neon Jelly Toast, I like the username, asks, who do you feel like you synergize most with on the Outlaws? I mean, I think everyone synergizes with Yuri just killing everyone on the other team. That's a great team play mechanic for me. But seriously, I'd probably Cool Matt. I think we have a lot of success playing together, especially on Diva Junkrat. It's such a versatile duo that we can really attack or defend whatever part of the map we want to. based on the situation. So I feel like our flexibility and our team play is it's just a ton of fun to play with Cool Matt. Honestly, it's a pleasure. Safe asks, Seiff, I think Safe asks, favorite map and why it's your favorite one? Question mark. My favorite map is Junkertown because it is my ancestral homeland. Um, Sandwich Boy 98 asks, of all the games you could have chosen to pursue a career in, why did you choose Overwatch? I kind of knew I wanted to pursue the pro career in Overwatch even before the game was like released to the public. I was like, super sad not to get into the beta, and I was like thinking about Overwatch all the time before it came out, because I knew that mostly it was because Blizzard. Honestly, like I knew that Blizzard is a developer that just doesn't allow their games to fail. They always like not only do they put out the highest quality products most consistently, but they also continue to support them, continue to develop them after release, and no matter what, they don't just let a game go by the wayside. If it's not what fans expect, they're going to keep working until it is. So like when a company like Blizzard announces a game, you just know it's going to be a great game. And also I had played TF2 before Overwatch, so I knew that the arena shooter genre was really what I was looking for in competitive play. Hatcam asks, do you like pineapple on pizza? Not really. Like, it's not my favorite, but I don't mind it. I don't know. People are way too crazy about that stuff. And, well, thanks for asking your questions, guys. Hope you enjoyed your AMA and the All Access Pass. I'll catch you later.